I connected with my mom through you.
Now, you guys haven't been to West Virginia, right? You go through there, you'll get picked up real quick.
Either you're confused or I should be sorry right now.
That makes everything okay. Yeah, you guys just stick outside of West Virginia. Everything will be okay.
Okay, you're confused. It's written on the wheel. That's how I know it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay. That was a good one, Link. Good one, Link.
So, thanks for clicking through to Good Mythical More. You didn't have to do that, but you did. And now we need to give you a little something. And the way that I teased to this, I really didn't think about it ahead of time, was I said, click through to Good Mythical More, where I will share something that helped me realize that I'm not a mom. Which is kind of, I was just trying to make a connection to moms.
You thought you were a mom up until that point.
I just want to clarify, I've never thought that I was a mom. But this story, what happened to me last night, helped me understand that I could never be a mom, even if I wanted to be one. And I don't mean physically, I mean emotionally.
You can get, they make some contraptions.
Like injections? Like some sort of
they make a
estrogen injection?
They make a man bra that you put milk into. I'm not kidding about this. So a man can breastfeed.
My daughter is 11 years old. She doesn't breastfeed.
Well, in some cultures, they breastfeed until like 6 or 7. Not a joke. Not joking about that.
Is that really where you want to take this?
No!
No, but okay, so here's what happened last night. Let's see. Lincoln said, let's watch a documentary together. Let's watch a nature documentary together.
Okay, whoa.
Because
he's training him right.
Right. Here's what happens. What my son really wants to do is watch Minecraft videos. But he knows I'm not going to let him watch Minecraft videos, and he's addicted to screens. This is the main thrust of our parenting at this point, is to get our kids to not be as addicted to screens. We give them screen time, which is allotted amounts of time where they don't, because they would spend every waking moment in front of a screen, all 3 of my kids. And I don't think it's a reflection on my parenting. I think it's a reflection on society.
Oh, really?
It's not my fault.
Okay.
I also like screens. Yeah. Therefore, my compromise is, let's watch a documentary together. And Lincoln's picked up on that. So now, he'll suggest to watch a documentary because at least he's getting to watch a screen. And it fuels his
habit,
his addiction. And Lily did not want to watch a nature documentary.
Really?
No, she was not into that at all. She loves animals, but she just doesn't want to watch one of those. Lando doesn't care.
You talking about one where like the lion attacks the zebra and you watch him eat the zebra?
We usually watch the ones like Deadliest Animals Ever type thing.
Yeah.
Horror stories involving animals.
It's not really a documentary. It's kind of like a true TV special.
But it's close enough. Yeah. So we go on Netflix and we're looking around. I just said, search for nature, and then whatever comes up, we'll pick from that. Oh, here's one about bears. Everyone's like, Lincoln's like, yeah. And then Lily's like, no. And then here's one on a snowy owl. Everyone's like, no. And then I look at the description and it's like, made famous from the Harry Potter books and films, the snowy owl, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden Lily's like, yes.
Oh, she's got a point of connection.
She is obsessed with Harry Potter. She's read all the books except the last one over the last 3 weeks. It's like voracious.
Oh, hold on. That's
maybe 5 weeks.
That's impossible. You need to like send her somewhere. I mean, like
she has an addiction.
A great reader
to that, which is fine. Anyway, to move the story along, we watched the Snowy Owl documentary, and they are just milking.
This is riveting.
They are milking the heck out of the snowy owls. Oh, there's only 2 snowy owls.
They're milking the snowy owls? Well, how the heck do you do that? Back to breastfeeding.
They are over-dramatizing a storyline to make the documentary more interesting.
Okay.
These are the only 2 snowy owls in this whole tundra, and they've set up a nest here. Does that mean that they've picked a bad location and they're not going to survive? They now have 5 little hatchlings. Are they going to survive? One of the father is having to bring in all of these little mice-type creatures. I can't remember what they're called. Something with two syllables. Like big rat-type things. They feed them to the little owlets. Are they going to survive? One of the owlets is alarmingly smaller than all of the other owlets.
The runt.
is it gonna survive?
Probably not.
At this point, I'm like, I'm gonna go take a shower. I didn't feel dirty or anything. I was not interested in the documentary, so I went to take a shower. I get out of the shower. Documentary should not be over, yet everyone has dispersed. And Christy's in the bedroom. I'm like, well, what happened with the
snowy owls? It was so interesting.
With the snowy owl documentary.
Just got to the runt part.
She's like, it took a turn.
Really?
The baby owl died. And then the mom fed it to the other owls.
Hey kids, Harry Potter. Hey,
And then
this got famous in Harry Potter.
And then Christy.
We're gonna feed one another to the other brothers and sisters.
And then Christy goes, Lily is in her room
Crying.
bawling her eyes out.
Yeah, you got put a warning on that. Who came up with this thing? What outfit is this thing from? Before I accuse them.
Luring Harry Potter fans, young and old, into such a morbid situation. So then,
Did you say, I gotta watch this, put it back in, and
well, no,
put the VHS back in?
I gotta be dad to the rescue here. So I'm like, before I go into Lily's room, I go into Lincoln's room. He's getting in bed now. It's bedtime. So I go up to Lincoln. I'm like, what happened with the movie? And he's like, baby owl died. Other baby owls ate it. Good night, Dad.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, at least he's not upset.
He's
This is
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Lando was already asleep.
Yeah, Lando.
I go in Lily's room, literally, like, face red, eyes bawling, and I'm like, do you want to talk about it? I'm not equipped for this. I'm not the mom.
But you just showered. I mean,
I'm at least clean.
You smell good.
I'm like, do you want to talk about this? She's like, no. And I finally get out of her. I'm like, are you upset? I know they ate I know that's gross. I'm sorry. That's wildlife. That's what
wildlife,
happens. That's
baby.
nature. That's what happens. Things happen. She's like, I'm just upset that the cameraman didn't help. I'm like, well, that's a good point.
Oh, interesting. Breaking the fourth wall there.
And then I'm like, well, did you feel bad for the
Not really.
conies? I think they were called conies. Those little rat-like
Rabbits.
creatures. Conies were the rabbits, and then there were like little rat-like things that they were feeding to the owlet. So I was like, did you feel sorry for them? Did you want the cameraman to save them? You felt sorry for the owlet because they were making the story about the owlet. If they made the story about the little mice, you'd have felt sorry for the mice. Therefore, good night. She's still crying. I didn't say therefore good night. That's just what I was thinking. But that didn't work.
Good. You shouldn't have said that.
And then somehow I ended up saying, you know, when Aunt TC showed you the little puppies, what they didn't tell you is that the mom is blind and she rolled over on one of the puppies and suffocated it, and it died too. And I'm like, immediately I was like, that wasn't good.
Let me put things into perspective.
I was trying to illustrate that.
You know those puppies that we met a couple of weeks ago? Well, one of them died as a result of the mother suffocating. How do you feel now?
So she cried a little bit more at that point.
Oh, God.
I was honestly trying to help. And then I was like,
What was your point?
my point was, don't stop watching documentaries. It's good for you to learn that these things happen in nature. It's cruel, but it's the way things work. You can't interfere as a cameraman because you're documenting it, and there's a balance, and things die all the time. I can't even do a much better job here of explaining it. Yeah. And then
And if you die, we're going to feed you to your brother and sister. Good night, baby.
And then I said, it's like our friend's dog
Oh, God.
that also just died.
Gus got put to sleep.
Our friends.
Gus, who made an appearance in our Get Off the Phone video, was put to sleep on Saturday.
He had to be put to sleep.
He had cancer.
It was a humane choice, but it was very sad.
You cheered her up with that.
And I told Lily that. And at this point, I got to give my daughter credit. At this point, she starts convulsing.
Well, yeah, I think I would have been convulsing.
But then after a second, I realized she was laughing. She was, and I was like, then I started laughing. I was like, what are you laughing at? And she was like, Dad, you are such an idiot. Think about everything you've just told me. And she totally called me out on it. And she's like, Dad, you've told me the worst stories that you could possibly tell me. This puppy dies, this dog dies. What are you thinking?
Wow, she's smarter than you are already.
And then I realized I'm a genius. I pulled her through it. She's laughing. She had sweet dreams last night. Everybody's good. I didn't take the
one way
motherly
to see
tack,
it.
but you know what? It was a long meandering path, but we achieved victory. Wow. And I'm a great father. Question mark. Strike through.
Well, you know, I'm proud of her because she's smart enough to figure out. She's finally piecing it together what it means to have you as a father. It only took a decade.
I mean, the application point is Happy Mother's Day. You know, she better be glad she's got the mom she's got.
That's right. Your mom
because she's got the dad she's got.
Your moms won't solve problems about dead owl siblings eating one another with other stories of cute furry animals also dying. Here's to you, moms.